Kim Kardashian, who has often been in the public eye for her glamorous lifestyle and reality TV empire, is now opening up about a terrifying health scare that she says changed her perspective on life. While much of the media spotlight over the past few years has focused on her ex-husband Kanye West and his well-documented struggles with mental health, Kim has now shared that she was silently facing her own serious health challenge, one that nearly turned her world upside down. Welcome viewers to my channel. Please subscribe, like my video and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next update. In the latest episode of the Kardashians Season 7, released on Thursday, October 23, Kim revealed that she had undergone an MRI scan that uncovered something deeply alarming. Doctors found an aneurysm in her brain. Speaking over the phone with her sister Kourtney, the SKIMS founder shared the shocking diagnosis, explaining how the discovery came out of nowhere and left her shaken. The news instantly became one of the most emotional moments in the show's new season, as fans saw a rare, vulnerable side of the usually composed business mogul. A brain aneurysm, according to the American Brain Foundation, is a condition where a weakened section of a blood vessel in the brain begins to bulge or balloon. It can remain silent for years, but if it ruptures, the consequences can be devastating, leading to massive internal bleeding, a stroke, or even death. For Kim, the revelation was a sobering wake-up call. She admitted that her doctors believed stress was a major factor behind her condition, forcing her to confront just how much emotional strain she had been under in recent years. The stress, she said, stemmed largely from her tumultuous marriage and eventual divorce from Kanye West, the father of her 4 children, North, Saint, Chicago, and Psalm. Since their separation, Kim has had to navigate a relentless storm of public drama, including Kanye's unpredictable behavior and highly publicized controversies. Yet, through it all, she said her main concern has never been the headlines, it's been her children. "I feel more stressed probably just because I have to protect my kids," Kim confided during the emotional moment. "Everyone around can handle the drama, but I want to protect my babies. They're going to know things. They're going to grow up and see everything that's out there. So my job as a mom is to make sure that when that behavior is happening, I do everything in my power to protect them." The admission offered a raw glimpse into how deeply the chaos surrounding Kanye's public life has affected Kim personally. The constant media attention, combined with her role as both a mother and a global icon, has taken a toll not only on her mental well-being but also on her physical health. As if the aneurysm news wasn't enough, Kim also disclosed that her battle with psoriasis, a chronic skin condition that causes painful, itchy rashes, has returned. She revealed that her flare-ups tend to worsen when she's under intense stress, further linking her physical symptoms to the emotional pressure she's been living under for years. But perhaps the most startling revelation came when Kim reflected on her emotional state following her split from Kanye. Speaking candidly, she admitted that she experienced what she described as a bit of Stockholm Syndrome, a psychological phenomenon where a person develops emotional bonds with someone who causes them harm or distress. "I always felt really bad and always protected him," she said softly. "I always wanted to help, to fix things. At one point, I even thought I should have stuck it out, that maybe I could have done more to help him." Yet, over time, Kim said she's learned to let go of that guilt. "Now, I don't take that responsibility personally anymore," she explained, signaling a shift towards self-healing and acceptance. Kim's revelations in this episode mark a profound moment of honesty, one that humanizes a woman who's often seen as untouchable. Behind the fame, the fortune, and the flawless image lies a mother struggling to protect her children, a woman confronting her own fragility, and a survivor learning that strength sometimes means letting go. Her story serves as a reminder that no amount of wealth or success can shield a person from the effects of stress, trauma, or heartbreak. For Kim Kardashian, the MRI that revealed her aneurysm wasn't just a medical scare, it was a wake-up call to prioritize her peace, her health, and the simple act of protecting her own heart after years spent trying to protect everyone else's. The world has watched Kim Kardashian for nearly 2 decades, watched her evolve from a Hollywood socialite to a global business powerhouse, a devoted mother, and an enduring symbol of modern celebrity culture. Her life has been lived under a magnifying glass, dissected by tabloids, celebrated by fans, and criticized by skeptics. Yet, despite the constant glare of the public eye, there are still moments of vulnerability and humanity that rarely surface. This time, however, the world is seeing Kim in a light that is deeply personal and unexpectedly fragile. It began quietly, with something as simple as a medical checkup, something that would ultimately reveal a frightening truth about her health and force her to confront just how much she had been carrying in silence. As the seventh season of The Kardashians premiered, the show opened not with glitz or glamour, but with Kim's voice, shaken but steady, on a phone call with her sister Kourtney. Her words carried an uncharacteristic heaviness as she revealed the results of a recent MRI scan. The doctors had found something alarming, an aneurysm in her brain. For a moment, the air seemed to thicken, and the confident, polished image of Kim Kardashian faded into that of a woman facing a terrifying unknown. It was the kind of moment that strips away fame, fortune, and followers, leaving only raw human fear. To understand how Kim arrived at this point is to look back at a decade of immense highs and equally intense lows. Her relationship with Kanye West, known to the world as Ye, was once the very definition of a modern power couple. They began dating in 2012, and the world watched their romance unfold like a cinematic spectacle. Their wedding in 2014 was a global event that merged high fashion, celebrity, and cultural influence in a way no one had ever seen before. Together they welcomed 4 beautiful children: North, Saint, Chicago, and Sam. Their union seemed untouchable, their love story invincible. But behind the scenes, the fairy tale was slowly unraveling, and the woman who seemed to have it all was quietly struggling to hold everything together. Years of public controversies, erratic outbursts, and relentless media scrutiny surrounding Kanye's mental health placed unimaginable pressure on Kim. As Ye's behavior became more unpredictable, whether through late-night social media rants, public feuds, or erratic statements, Kim found herself constantly trying to shield her children from the chaos while maintaining a calm public image. She had learned to navigate crisis with composure, to smile through storms, and to project strength even when her world was crumbling. But what no one knew was that beneath the polished surface, her body was beginning to bear the weight of that emotional strain. When her doctors explained that the aneurysm was likely stress-induced, Kim was forced to confront a painful truth: the constant need to stay strong for everyone else was slowly breaking her down. For years, she had prioritized her children, her work, and even her ex-husband's well-being above her own. Now, her body was sounding an alarm she could no longer ignore. In a moment of emotional honesty, Kim admitted to Kourtney that her greatest fear wasn't just about her health, it was about her children and the thought of leaving them too soon. She spoke about the endless responsibility of protecting them from the public's judgment, from their father's controversies, and from the harsh reality of growing up in the glare of fame. "I feel more stressed probably just because I have to protect my kids," she confessed during the emotional phone call. "Everyone around can handle the drama, but I want to protect my babies. They're going to know things. They're going to grow up and see everything that's out there. So my job as a mom is to make sure that at a time when that behavior is happening, I do everything in my power to keep them safe." Her words revealed the quiet burden of motherhood under scrutiny, the kind that few can understand unless they've lived in the public eye. For Kim, it wasn't just about managing her brand or her image anymore. It was about survival, about maintaining emotional stability in a life that rarely allows peace. Even as she faced this terrifying medical revelation, she remained composed, but her voice trembled with exhaustion. Years of constant vigilance, of staying composed through every scandal and heartbreak, had taken a toll. As she continued sharing her story, Kim also revealed that her psoriasis, a skin condition she has battled for years, had recently flared up again. It was another reminder that her stress was manifesting physically. The condition, which often worsens under pressure, served as a visible symbol of what she was enduring internally. The flare-ups were painful, but more than that, they were a cruel reminder of how deeply intertwined her mental and physical health had become. And then came one of the most surprising admissions of all. For the first time, Kim spoke openly about the psychological impact of her relationship with Kanye, describing how she had developed what she called a bit of Stockholm syndrome. It was a startling confession, one that painted a picture of emotional captivity, the kind where love, loyalty, and guilt become entangled. "I always felt really bad and always protected him," she admitted. "I always wanted to help him, to fix things. At one point, I even thought I should have stuck it out longer, that maybe I could have done more to help him." Her voice, filled with regret but also with newfound clarity, revealed just how deeply she had internalized the chaos that once surrounded her life. But time and reflection have brought her a new sense of peace. Kim said she no longer carries the burden of trying to heal or change someone who doesn't want to be helped. Now, I don't take that responsibility personally anymore, she said quietly. It was a declaration of freedom, a moment that symbolized her reclaiming control over her own emotional well-being after years of living in the shadow of someone